Welcome back. Still Sports Tonight, reaching you live from Channels Television Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. We're taking a look at all the events and happenings going down in your exciting world of sports. Not forgetting, we're keeping you updated on the live UEFA Champions League games going on in England and in Germany. Today, Koiki, let me get you talking quickly before we went on that break. A good one that the NFF has come out to say, guys, we're not disappointed of Coach Emmanuel Amunike and the boys. Yeah. Nobody's going anywhere.
Exactly. The NFF come out very quickly to say that, yes, the Golden Eagles did not win the African Youth Championship, but they are still going to keep the coaching crew intact. They are looking at it as a long-term project. It wasn't necessarily about winning the African Youth Championship at this level. So it's a good one, which means that there's no disruption in the plans of the team. There's no upheaval, bringing in a new coach to bring in new styles, new tactics, new players, and it still keeps everything intact. And it still goes back to what we said about how the last team did not win the African Youth Championship, but went ahead to win the World Youth Championship. And let's be candid, we can't win every time. We can't win all the time. The true test of the under-17 program is to see at least minimum 5, well, maximum 5 of these players graduate to the Super Eagles in probably 8 years' time. So for me, I think it's still a really good process that they put in place, and it's excellent that the NFL have come out quickly to say that the jobs of the technical crew are still intact.
Very important is not win at all costs, guys. Let's quickly take a look at what's going on at the FA elections. We know Amanzi Ochegbulam is back. Amanzi Ochegbulam has been there for like forever, and he's still there.
He's not the only one. The former, of course, he didn't contest. He didn't contest this time around. He's been there for 12 years. The FA chairman in Oyo State, Paisa Leia Adepoju, but he didn't contest this time. So I think he's still plan to go. Well, for Kano State, former NFF board member Rabiu Inua has retained his seat as the chairman of the Kano FA. So he remains NFF board member, is chairman of the Kano State FA. Former NFF first vice president. There was a name Tunde called these guys after 2010. But I shouldn't call that name now. Amanzi Ochegbulam returns unopposed as FA chairman in Imo State. So he's back. Former Fab Badge referee James Odenio emerges Oyo State FA chairman. So it means that Leye did not contest. So we have a new FA chairman in Oyo State. Federal High Court in Enugu stopped the Enugu State FA election. We know the way Naji story. It took them to court. They fixed hearing, and of course they stopped the elections. The election will not go on in Enugu State. While Bayelsa FA elections will hold on Friday, that's February 27th.
Okay, that's it. Updates coming from the FA elections. So in Enugu, the drama continues. We'll be here to give you all the latest coming out of that. To the quick, let's talk about the NNL Super 4. We spoke about Gabros yesterday, and I'm sure you're not surprised that they made champions.
Well, these two teams played each other twice in the NNL last season. It was two closely contested encounters. So some say it wasn't a surprise that Gabros won 2-0, but to me it was some sort of a shock, because Shooting Stars had been having a good run in this tournament up to this point, and the fact that they lost 2-0 was a surprise for me. The goal, from what I heard from those who watched the match and who informed me of exactly the proceedings, they said the 2-0 scoreline did not exactly reflect the balance of play. That Shooting Stars actually gave a good account of themselves, but they were just let down by poor finishing. But congratulations to Gabros. They returned to the Nigerian Premier League as champions of the NNL, doing great work, defeating group rivals, Group B rivals, Shooting Stars, and also in the third place was Kwara United, the home team, who won the third place against Wiki Tourist. So some kind of consolation for Kwara fans. Remember, this was staged in Ilorin, so I'm sure the fans who came to support Kwara United will have something to cheer. At least the truth is, Kwara United now return to the Nigerian Premier League, where we hope they will be of good behavior.
That's it. We don't even want to go into that for now. Let's just leave that. But Dumnodi, good one for domestic football. The financial gains not as huge as some competitions, but I'm looking at it like victory for domestic football in the country.
Well, for this club, it's a bargain, right? Because I remember when Nembe won in 2013, they said they won the champions of the National League Super 4. When Giba won last season, they both said that they were champions, so they used that as a bargain right. When you go to their trophy shelf, you see that that is being listed among what they've won. For Gabros, it's also going to be another opportunity to lay claim to something they've won this season. It's good football. At least the report we got from Ilorin that all 4 clubs gave a good account for themselves. They showed why they should be counted among the team, that they justify why they should return to the top flight. We hope they sustain that momentum. Last season we saw 4 get to the Premier League, 2 got relegated immediately. They came back. So we expecting that we expecting that this season all 4 will remain, provided they do very well, provided their fans behave themselves. Shooting Stars, their fans should behave themselves in Badon. Kwara, very notorious.
Their
should behave
fans
themselves.
and players.
For Gabros, where they play, absolutely, I don't know whether anybody could have gone to anywhere to see where they play. I think this time around in the Premier League, they shouldn't play in that particular place. They should get a better place to play. For Wiki Tories, they play in Bochi. Bochi has a very good playing tough. What killed Wiki Tories 2 seasons ago was the crowd trouble against the Academy. That was the beginning of the end for Wiki Tories. They got 15 players this time. They got some players from Academy Warriors, from Gombe United, and some players who plays in the National League, same National League with them. So I think they are getting ready. They got a coach who has been assistant at Eyimba, at Kano Pillars, at Sharks, who had been chief coach at FC Abuja, Abdul Maikaba. So they'll be doing very well this season. For Gabros, they are the Bulgarian, who, the report I got, earns $10,000 every month. That's close to more than £1 million. They have the money to pay because there's somebody backing that club. The person is so rich. It's an oil merchant, so it's so rich. I think they should be able to do very well. 3SC, what will go for them is the fact that the recruitment processes they had some players from MFM, they had some players from Rangers, from Eyimba and some other top clubs. So, but their fans should be able to behave themselves. They should do what they did 2 seasons ago. They shouldn't repeat that any longer. A team like I mentioned, Kwara United, we know why Kwara United got relegated at the end of the day, and how they got promoted at the end of the day. So they should be able to watch themselves and try to behave themselves. The Premier League is going to be a different ball game altogether for these clubs. I hope they behave themselves. I don't know who and who will drop. I won't predict because nobody expected Giwa to come forward. Nobody predicted an Abia Warriors to get among the top positions in the Premier League. So with the kind of recruitment, I'm not saying recruitment per se. I'm saying if you can have players who play in the National League with you, and those players look experienced enough to play in top flight, they may sustain that momentum and they may do very well. Like a team like Giwa. If you look at Giwa's squad, you can't pinpoint any player that you think has played top flight football. Like you can think a known player who has played top flight football before. So, but look at their performance; they did very well in the league last season. For Abia Warriors, they got some experienced players added to their team, but the bulk of the players were those who prosecuted the National League with them. So, I think for this other 4 clubs, they should be able to keep their house in order, play very well. Sure. Because the team in the top flight, when you have a Kano Pillars, you have an Eyimba, a Rangers, an Atlant, a Sharks, a Sunshine. Any team can come and beat you, and that was the experience of Crown FC. When they got promoted, they saw that green is different from grey.
Okay, you know what Zumnadi just did? He has just finished reading the code of conduct for the teams just entering into the Nigeria Professional Football League. And the Riot Act that you need some character to be able to actually stay at the top flight. So that's it. Domestic football giving us reasons to talk sports tonight. Let's go on this quick break now. We'll come back. The UEFA Champions League will get our attention. We saw some good goals last night. Lionel Messi missed from the spot. Kun Aguero scored but couldn't rescue Manchester City. And again in Italy, it was Juventus that took all 3 points at this stage, not 3 points, but then they got the much needed victory as they await the second leg. The UEFA Champions League will be talked about with us. Stay with us.